And welcome once again to Community Viewpoint. I'm your host, John Pollock. Tonight is Tuesday, September 28th. I'm here with Maria, what is it?
Hurst.
Hurst?
Just call me Maria, like Cher. Just Maria.
Okay. What I'd like to tell you is starting next week with the new schedule, beginning in October, we're moving again. We'll be the same night as House, MD on Fox.
But before, so you can still catch House.
Yeah. So, from what I understand, we're on Mondays at 6:30. We repeat on one of the digital channels. I don't know that information yet, but that's up and coming. I think we've been on almost every day of the week so far. So, except the weekend, because nobody works on the weekend here. It's all taped. Wait a minute, we're taped too, but never mind. We'd like to give you some stories before we get into the meat of our
The show?
The show, basically. Last week we didn't have the indoor market at the old skate zone at the Prump Event Center, but Debbie will be having it again Friday and Saturday. She'll open up again October 1st and 2nd. Also, I went out to Tacoma over the weekend. I went to Pastel's Bistro.
That's a surprise. He's always out there, but it's great out there.
I haven't been out there in a while, but John the chef, he says, if you folks, which camera it is, mention that you heard about Pastel's Bistro on this program, if you buy an entree, you get a free dessert over there.
Awesome.
His desserts are excellent.
That's fantastic. So don't forget to tell him that you saw.
Mention Community Viewpoint. If you go out to Pastel's, you get a free dessert with your entree. Nice. So we've also got other things to talk about. Let's see. Wild West Extravaganza, and that's coming up the 15th and 16th of October. That's the same weekend as the Valley Electric Energy Symposium at the Nugget. What else do we got going on? Amargosa Conservancy. We want to mention them because they're...
Yes.
Why do we want to mention them?
Well, they recently had a fire out there in the
valley?
part of the valley that it was in.
And some of the historical sites, too, got burned under suspicious conditions. And
so, can you give their phone number?
If you call them at 760-852-4339, if you want to get together with them and view some of the damage and possibly give a donation for the folks out there to restore some of the areas that have been decimated by the fires. Brian Brown from China Ranch will be here in the coming weeks talking about the date season. Not dates, but dates to eat.
But you could go on a date at the China Ranch Date Farm.
So it's that time of the year. They're, what do you want to say? The fruit is being, it's there. September, October, November, and December. You'll see the sheets or the old house coats on the
I think he'll bring some pictures of that. It's
that's
pretty
so cool. Yeah. Let's see what else.
Star parties are going on.
Right. It's the weekend of the least moon, when there's no moon out. Probably about 2 more weekends. That's at Amy's Tacoma Hot Springs Resort.
And give their phone numbers.
760-852-4420. I know all the numbers out there in Tacoma.
Use the Tacoma phone book.
Right. But anything else I missed for locally? Now do we want to do the big thing?
Yeah, and speaking of China Ranch, they had a booth at the recent Pahrump Fair and Festival, which leads us to our special
what did they have
guest.
this year? They had the date shakes.
They had the date shakes, and they also had the luscious, beautiful, wonderful cookies,
honey,
that were so yummy, and they had muffins, and they had bread. They had all kinds of really, really good goodies.
And probably in 1 more week, it'll be good weather to go down there. I think 1 more...
It's getting in the season, so if you're going to make plans to do something, make plans soon to get out there in the next few weeks, because that's when it'll start getting busy from people visiting, because they have things there that are not there anywhere else in the world. You can only find these things there in Tacoma. So make your plans to go. They have the Hot Springs Resort. There's the China Ranch State Farm, which is a bed and breakfast.
That's Cynthia's. It's called Cynthia's now. She renamed it after herself. Yes. It used to be the Ranch House Inn, but she has teepees down at the China Ranch, and she's got a regular hostel on the Old Spanish Trail highway. So there's places to stay, things to do out there. and as the weather gets nicer, it's great to get out there. It's very sedate, spiritual. It's great. Just relax, enjoy yourself out there. Get out of town without spending a lot of money, like going to Vegas or someplace else. So,
also before we go to our special guest,
okay.
I just want to reiterate. Last week we had Paula Elefante on, and October 13th, Wednesday, is her cruise night down at the Senior Center from 4 to 8. And it's like an open house. You can show up anytime between 4 and 8 and ask questions about cruises, and she'll have tons of information about any kind of cruise that you might want to go on.
So this past weekend, if many of you remember, we had a festival in town. It's the Fall Festival, Fair and Festival.
I did that last week. I kept messing it up.
And our special guest this evening is Paula Glidden, who was in charge of that. Paula's here with the group called Paved.
Hello.
And she had the honor of being responsible for putting it on. And it's not a town function anymore. They gave it off to you, and you're going to give us a little insight, a little bit in retrospect how it went off. I realized it was a little warm this past weekend, and then you're thinking about possibly rectifying that also. So if you would like to talk about that, I'll give you some clues about where we want to go, and then you could do your thing. But
sure, John.
I just want to say it's not a town function, but it still was for the town, and I think that the whole town had a great time.
Oh, I hope so.
I think, and the weather Friday was gorgeous, and then it was a little warm the rest of the weekend, but Friday it was beautiful. So that was all I just wanted to say, that I think the town had a great time.
Yeah, no, we had a great time. We truly think we had a great event, and we hope everybody that attended enjoyed it. I know there were a lot of smiling faces down there, so if you attended the carnival, or if you were at the bandstand, or you were at the rodeo, wherever you were, everybody had a good time and participated and had a fun family event, I think.
Well, we were talking about the carnival. You want to run that footage, Jeff? And just keep the mics on, so that's...
Here we go. My stomach just watching this.
So this is the Davis Carnival.
I did not go on those rides, let me tell you.
Were the amount of rides about the same as the other people had, or?
Yeah, I think there were a few more. They had a few different ones. The kids' rides were different. The little kids, but there you see the scrambler type things, and I know they had one little event that one of the rides got stuck, but they rectified that. The fire department, of course, came in and helped us out with that. I'm sure everybody's read or heard about that, the excitement. But man, some of those rides you can't get me on forever. But all my kids went on them; they loved them, and my grandkids went on them. They had a good time. So
I went on that one. That's the only one I went on.
That's my ride, Maria. We'll have to go sometime.
Yes,
that was the best fun. My little granddaughter that's 3, she went on that and just wanted to go again. She wanted to go again and again. There you go. See, kids had a good time. Lines were long, but that's to be had. You know, you can't always fight that.
That means it was successful.
We think so. Thursday night we had a bigger crowd than normal, and we had entertainment that night at the bandstand. So it really opened Thursday night. We hadn't officially opened it previously in years before, but Thursday night we did, and boy, it was a fun time then too. And it went right through Saturday late until 7 o'clock or so or beyond. So. This was fun. This was the rodeo event. This gentleman that's riding around has actually been riding a horse since he's 5, and that's his son.
How old is he?
His son is 5, and so he's starting to get in the act and get going, and it's fun to see that.
And not afraid.
No,
just
not
standing
afraid
right up there on the horse,
and very
roping.
proficient with that rope. I mean, I don't think I could do some of those things.
No.
As a matter of fact, the dad there, he's been all over the world as a roper. He's performed for Linda Ronstadt to the Queen of England. I mean, president. Wow. It's just crazy where that man's been, and he's very good at it. So he's won all sorts of championships. Yeah.
So we were so lucky that he was here.
Honestly,
he lives here, or
no, he was part of the show that came in under Cotton Rosser's event.